House of Hag. Oh, it's Mel. Yeah, of course it is. Hello, hags. Right. Hello, everyone. Oh, it's so lovely to be here. Thanks, everyone. Lou,
It's been a
Christopher.
while.
It's been a while. Moran and Mel and the lovely Sandra and everybody else who's here. I've got to keep scrolling up. Yeah, so hello, everybody. And obviously, my dear friend who sent me the most beautiful gifts through the post. And I was really touched by all these lovely things that come through yesterday. Um, yeah, so yeah, it's the beautiful person who did the review on the Angels and Ancestors deck a few weeks ago. Yeah, and I'm eternally grateful.
Inlays.
So inlays, inlets, yes. So thank you for being here. And I've got a couple of mentions because I'm absolutely smitten. Levi, can I show off Etta?
Can you? Yes, you can.
Right, we all know the lovely bee from Ikali Sunflower. She actually made and sent me this most gorgeous, gorgeous dolly. She's completely all unknitted. I love her so much. Um, Hello to the gorgeous Serge. I
Might you
love her
love?
so much. The lovely two porn stars from Ukraine.
No,
Right.
that's you. That's you, love, not us.
Yeah, that's you, Serge. So he made me this. I absolutely adore her. She is beautiful. She sits on the sofa in the living room with me, and Poppy lies on her lap. But the adorable thing about it, right, she's got this little backpack on the back of her. And I've got to show you because like I was like a kid when it arrived. I nearly peed my pants. And then inside there is another little purse, right? So in this tiny little purse,
Gotta
right,
love a bag within a bag. I mean, come
a
on.
bag within a bag within a bag.
It's always good.
Etta actually comes with her own version of the Rider Waite Smith.
Oh, so cute.
That is just, you know what? This is just the best present I have had for a long, 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 long time.
Are you sure it's not a voodoo dolly?
What I hope she is, I hope is keeping me safe. She's even got she's proper anatomically correct. She's even got pubic hair under her arms as well. She's got knickers on, so she's just beautiful. And I wish B. Oh God, she's here. B, there's Etta, and you know how much I love her. So yeah, I said to Levi, and I says, look where I've got her, and I says I've got to show her off, and I says before, like, as we go on the, when we go on the live. So yeah, there's my Etta, and she's come with her own adoption certificate and everything, the time of birth, the lot, and I
Really?
adore.
Wow.
Yeah, so anybody who wants something beautiful like that, message B, and I'm sure she'll sort you out.
I
So
love it.
there's
Love it.
Etta. So thank you.
Oh, I'm so tired, Martin. Sorry, I
You're not
just have
supposed to
to.
bloody yawn.
It's not because of Edda, and it's not because of you. It's because I'm so bored with I'm so bored with Cheryl right now. Do you ever get like that a little bit?
I do. I mean, my tastes have changed considerably, I think, over the last 12 months. This year, I don't know what it is. I've kind of like hit this plateau where, no disrespect to any creators that are on here at all. I'm just saying that I've hit the plateau with decks with people in. I've kind of been working a lot with it's ever since I went to Avebury earlier on in the year and met the dear Sean. Look who's here, Julie.
Oh, Julie, hi.
Ever since I met the dear Sean from the Shaman's Horse, and he took me on a guided meditation with drumming and Laura as well, and Matt and Paul. And it was one of the most moving experiences I've ever had. And we was just surrounded by nature, nothing else. No commercial shit, no crystals, no nothing, just nature. And
Yeah,
ever since that moment, it's made me really appreciate and value what we've got.
yeah.
Um, and I've kind of been working with animal medicine the last. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I'm a shaman. I'm not. I've just been working a lot with animal medicine and looking out for signs. So my whole kind of tarot aesthetic has changed, and I am bored as you are, Levi. I'm bored of seeing the
Well,
same old
because I
stuff.
get what you're saying. Because I get what you're saying. But Martin, a killer deck is a killer deck, no matter how many meditations you go through. So, and I
Yeah,
genuinely feel like when we were having this conversation, say a year ago, we would have had much more excitement about things. I think.
yeah. I think it's because I mean, the oversaturation of everything as well. We all know that Kickstarter used to be just like up and a catch thing, didn't it? You didn't see like what you see on there now, and it's lovely what you do see. And I've had some incredible decks. So have you from Kickstarter, and we've also made some incredible connections and friendships as well.
Yeah.
Um, and so without the tarot community, there'd be no me and Levi or anybody else. So we wouldn't even have our friendship. But there comes to a point where you think, oh, I'm really not getting excited anymore about what's coming out, and
No.
it's the same old, especially after me reviewing the most hideous Oracle deck I've had for forever yesterday. Kind of killed it for me.
What was
And
it? What was it
that
again?
Transcendent one, that by Cheryl Yambrat Rose.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh man, like that would have been, that would have been fine just as a sort of an art card collection,
Yeah, I don't know whether they've used pre-existing artwork or anything like that.
I feel like Blue Angel does that a lot, where I'm kind of like, I mean, I do like them. I think
That
they,
one, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the Shamans and Spaceship Oracle, that's the one. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, it's just, and Moran's just pointed out, I've put it on the screen because the market is saturated. Nothing is unique as such anymore. I mean, even though every deck's, a piece of art in its own right,
yeah,
there's nothing. You don't get excited about it anymore because I think you see too much of it. Um, because you've got everybody wanting to do a deck on Kickstarter, that's fine. But you do see a lot of, you know, it's Harry, and you get that instant sense of gratification when it comes, and then you chuck it on the shelf, the same as your other 250 decks that you've got. Um, so I've been kind of like, using what I've got really, and kind of appreciating my older kind of decks. Or I told you the other day. Um,
yeah,
because nothing will ever take the place of I'm sorry, like I'm not sorry, but nothing will ever take the place of a wild unknown.
yeah. And
And even though I
actually,
do,
the one thing that I'm really excited for is the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal Oracle
oh, me too in
Pocket
the team.
version.
Yeah,
Because the only reason, because you know how much I was never the biggest fan of the tarot deck.
yeah.
Uh, I like it. I think it's okay, but it was never like you have that bond with it. I never really had that. But I had that bond with the Spirit Animal Oracle. But for me, since it was so book heavy and it came in that tedious box, it was very much a hassle for me to work with it, because you would always have to get the box out of the box, out of the box, and that big
Yeah.
ass book. And now it's going to come in a really nice pocket version with a book that will have the same contents as the big one, but just smaller, and it's just going to be.
I love Kim Crancy's work, and I always have done. I think she was unique, and has always like kind of bought something out you can actually use. I can't obviously comment on the new deck because I don't have it. Moran's
It's
just said, hang on, let's just get that one from Mel. Life is tough right now, politically, the heat, the general shit show. It's hard to be enthusiastic. It will come back with a cool breeze of the north wind. Well, I hope so, Mel. I really do, because as a tarot reader and collector and reviewer, excuse me, you know, I like to always try to be as kind as I possibly can.
yeah, and
But
I want to
sometimes
be. You want to be enthusiastic, but
you can't. I was enthusiastic this morning. I really was about the Pulp Tarot. That is one of the most different decks I've seen in a long time.
yeah,
Um, I'll just give that like that's available in Miranda's shop now. It's absolutely incredible because it's different. It is pre-existing, obviously, like movie posters and stuff like that, but it's different, and
Yeah.
it's nice to see something different. Instead of the same old generic stuff, like you've got stuff on like I don't know how many kind of different card stocks can possibly exist anymore. It's all been done now, innit?
I always kind of think back to I know it's a deck you don't have, but that the Luminous Void Tarot and how that made me go, oh,
Yeah, it's so different. Hi, Gerald.
you can
It's
do
so
this too,
different. Yeah, yeah. I love to see different decks, and I think this is why I love the Lilith so much because that's another different deck.
Yeah, very much so. And
Yeah,
also the first time seeing the Mary L Tarot and me
yeah,
literally going like, I saw it was one single card that I saw on someone's feed. And this was when I was still very new to there being different decks, and it literally made my mouth go,
yeah. I know,
literally,
I
like
know. Yeah, it's been
mouth.
a long time since anything like that's happened with me. Moran made a good point that I'm going to scroll up and put it on screen. Where he says, Levi made a point last time about oracles. I think oracles are getting more exciting. I agree, Moran, because I'll tell you something. Not just indie decks, Rockpool are bringing some damn good bloody decks out right now.
Yeah,
Um, I will say that they aren't afraid to kind of like, try something different, whether that take risks.
yeah,
Nobody would touch Sam's artwork, calling a tarot deck the Cosmic Cunt. You wouldn't get US Games doing that, and certainly
no,
not Llewellyn. But Rockpool took a risk, and it's popular, and the risk paid off. And this is what I like about Rockpool because they don't care. Like, they always kind of like showcase different people and different artists, and
yeah,
that's what I like about them. I respect them so much.
yeah.
They haven't always got it right, same as nobody else have, but 9 times out of 10 they have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just so much fun to see them. It's literally so much fun to see them evolve from, what used to be kind of let's be honest, kind of a shitty publishing house.
It did actually back. There was only a couple of decks that you'd think was nice.
Let's be honest, they used to be a complete joke. The only good stuff they had was Laura J. Bowen's decks,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That in the
and the
last
rest
like
was
3 years,
and the rest was kind of like you
obviously
know
they've gone.
yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Well, you'd maybe get it on last season sale, for
Yeah,
funsies.
yeah. For, if and they do really do the most gorgeous decks now. And
Yeah,
I
they get it. They just get it.
where's that one I had from him this week? I don't know where it's even gone. That what's it called? Tarot of the Sorceress, which is
No.
coming out in October.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
almost
it's so
bought the French
different.
version of that.
I've got the French version. I wish I hadn't bought it now. Because I didn't realise it was coming out in English. But I've got the French version if you can read French and you want it anyway. So yeah, I mean you've got the Wild Woman Oracle, which is coming out in October, which I reviewed on my channel, which is absolutely incredible.
Scrumptious. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
could have done it.
beautiful. The guidebooks always have a shit ton of information in them, like
Yeah,
exactly what you were talking about that Cheryl Yambeck Rose one
yeah,
lacking.
yeah,
Even that kind of crappy offset Egyptian oracle that I have.
yeah.
Uh, Save that what you will. That guidebook is actually written really well. Like
I
honestly,
think the guidebook. I mean, the person, this Cheyenne, who actually wrote the guidebook and done the artwork for this. I was talking to them on Instagram, and such an incredibly inspirational person. Um, and I found out lots about the deck and things like that. And so for somebody to write the guidebook under the deck is very rare now. Instead of getting 44 different artists and you've got a shitty generic guidebook, they're brilliant and this is totally usable and it's
yeah.
also very beautiful as well. So you can get that soon.
I mean, I have respect for people that know they cannot do the art, so they have to find an artist to work together. But I have even more respect for people that do it all themselves. I don't know why,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah. So do I just think it's hang on. Serge just said, on my opinion, we have too many artists that totally don't know tarot, and we have too many fast art decks with zero artist personality. Amen, Serge. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah.
I suppose I don't know. I'm certainly not like a gatekeeper or anything like that, but I am kind of a traditionalist as well. And I think that you must know about the system before you start to kind of like mess around and dabble whatever you're doing.
I actually think that anyone could do whatever the hell they want, but there's a lot of people out there that are, we've talked about this incessantly, that just copy what's already out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, for example, there's one creator, and I'm not going to name any names because I think that is tacky. And we'll do that in the after show that all the people watching right now don't get to watch. But they
Unless you
are,
pay £49 a month.
yeah, on our OnlyFans page.
Not really.
No, but seriously, they are like literally copying. Hey, Sylvain, literally copying Daniel Noel. So, and I mean, there's a lot of people copying her, but Daniel Noel does a water-based oracle, so they release one right before she releases hers because she takes her time. And then all of a sudden now there's also going to be a water-based tarot, also kind of in that Daniel Noel ripped off style, and I'm kind of like,
There's a
why?
deck actually that's been funded on Kickstarter that I had to look twice because I thought it was Danny's deck. And it's not. And it's just a direct carbon copy of Danny's work. As you know, I'm friends with Danny anyway,
Yeah.
and we have deep discussions about different things. And I just think it's just really cheap to not be yourself and completely plagiarize something else.
Yeah, like, ooh, this is a cool art style, and I can do it because I went to graphic design school. Let's
Yeah,
make a quick buck off of it. Like,
yeah, exactly. Deanne, kind of important to have roots in order to create a deck that is meaningful to people who have studied a while. Very few people can pull that off. Exactly.
yeah, that's it. But as long as we have people in mass market publishing saying that there is no market for advanced tarot readers, it's that change is never really going to happen now, is there?
No, no, and I do think I mean, I know a review for Rockpool and they're a mass market publishing house. But I like to think they've got some kind of integrity. I've never
They
saw them
do.
seen across the line so far, but the others they don't give a fuck.
I actually, I can say it now. I actually submitted my brother to brother Oracle deck with them, and they didn't want to do it, but they were so courteous and friendly, and and their integrity was so on point. Like,
Yeah,
I was just expecting to just not get an email back, and they were like, "Oh, you've actually worked very hard on this, and we're gonna like actually talk about this tomorrow during our publishing meeting that we're having for next season." And then after that meeting, I immediately got an email back. We liked it, and we can tell that you worked really hard on it, but we are not going to be your publisher for this deck.
well, that's
But,
fair enough, isn't
but
it?
they were so friendly. I just
Yeah,
expected to not get an email back at all.
yeah. It's really honest. It ain't just a one-word reply. They've looked at it. You can tell they've looked at it. And that's what I'm saying about them, that they do seem to have a lot more integrity than the most, especially I don't care who tells who, but Hay House, no.
No.
After that review that our friend did on the Angels and Ancestors deck, it's completely changed my already very low opinion of them to scraping the fucking barrel. Because this is what you call about having zero integrity.
Oh man,
Just
can we
you know,
please talk about Callista's Unicorn Ascension, Unicorn Rising
what
book that
you told me when you were on holiday, I was disgusted with. So, guys, Levi's got something to share now about this dreadful
Okay.
book that he
So
bought.
Martin and I were in London last October, and we were having. It was the best time ever, wasn't it?
It was.
And we were in Watkins, and Martin knows that I like unicorns. So They actually had a little unicorn section, and in it were a couple of books that were half off. That should have been the first red flag for me, actually. Them being half off, even though they were still pretty new. So I got what's her name again? The crazy British lady.
Oh,
Um,
Dinah Cooper.
yeah, I got Diana Cooper's unicorn book, which was really bad, but it was better than this one actually. And then I also got Callista's Unicorn Rising book, which started off good, and then all of a sudden, Hay House authors like to talk about disease, but they spell it sort of differently in order for them to like get around lawsuits and shit. So it's not disease, but it's
Disease,
DIS.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's DIS dash ease. Um, but they, when they talk about disease, they very often do talk about real life diseases. So Callista was basically, and don't quote me on this because the book's somewhere back there, and I will probably make a YouTube video about it. Was talking about how she was literally how she got Lyme disease and how her Reiki healings and unicorn portal healings that she did on herself basically cured her Lyme's disease. And
It
that's
doesn't
great.
run like that.
It's damaging information because I actually used to have I used to have a student that had Lyme disease, and his life basically ended at 21.
Yeah.
You know, because he can't like do anything anymore. He can barely walk to the supermarket to get his own groceries, you know?
Yeah.
So, and to have someone writing that their Lyme disease almost magically disappeared because, of course, she still has it, but she's functioning way better now, you know? And if that's what she truly believes, that's great. But to have something like that in writing, also also encouraging people to then buy your courses or your other books or your decks, it didn't feel that good to me. And then there was even more chapters on like twin flame connections, and it was also pandering to that toxic young generation Z spiritual crowd
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
frantic and on their twin flame journey. And I was like, ooh, girl, I basically just wanted to literally tear that book up on the beach and throw it away.
I
But anyway,
know. I know. Emmy's just said. Previously, I had Hay House block reviews. I tried to post a review on some of their decks for similar issues. They are not listening to the community. Well, Emma, I've been blocked by Hay House, Kyle Gray, Rebecca Campbell, and Harry Weisner because of that very same thing, because I called them all out on Instagram for fucking bullshit. And I will continue to call them out as long as I can take a breath. Um, I've got no time for them at all.
yeah, it's another example of a graphic designer that you and I both helped a lot who just
Yeah,
shat on us completely. Yeah.
it
But yeah,
is.
I did want to mention that she's releasing a deck which I may or may not get. She's also releasing I mean, I don't know if it's still in the books, but an amazing looking unicorn tarot that I do want to get because I love the artist. I'm not going to get it for her. I'm not going to be using the guidebook. I'm probably going to be throwing that shit away.
Yeah.
Uh, but that book was just, I was literally reading like this, like I was looking at a car crash
See, the
happening.
thing is as well, what we know, and what everybody else who's on the chat probably know as well, that in the spiritual community or anybody who comes into the community, some people are really, really low,
Yeah.
and you know, when they are told that, say, by picking up a clear quartz and they'll be able to channel a unicorn and get over things like being sexually abused or anything like that, what kind of message are these like publishers, creators putting out to people? Because that is so damaging. How can you even like make an assumption like that without knowing any facts in the first place?
Well, and you know, and the whole disease thing ultimately already shows them that even they know they're wrong. because
Yeah.
as soon as they actually literally put the word disease in the book, they know that they may be liable for lawsuits or whatever, you know?
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, of course, I've read a lot of us have read AO's books over the years. I mean, especially when they first come out in the 80s. And then you kind of look back and think, really, did I read that? Like, because some of the things that you're just blaming yourself for the things that have happened to you because you haven't either been a good enough person, or you've brought them on by the way you've been thinking. And it's just appalling, really, what the kind of
Yeah.
like,
Or you haven't like bought that special course by that special author that's
yeah.
gonna
It's like a
that
pyramid scheme. If you say like, if
it
it's
is.
that's exactly what it is, a pyramid scheme.
It's a total pyramid scheme. And thinking about it, as long as we keep buying their decks and their books, which I'm not gonna stop because they have lately been also releasing some pretty good indie decks as mass market versions.
Well, they
So
are, because I think they know that nobody will listen to the bullshit anymore. So they've got to kind of pry on the indie creators now.
maybe there will be maybe it's kind of a revolving door and it will change a little bit, but they've always kind of been like that.
Yeah, they've always bordered on the toxic positivity side, didn't they? By the things they've like the books they've created and they still continue to create.
I gotta turn a light on because it's getting a bit gloomy here.
Okay. I don't need to be, and I never have. I never will either. I just can't. I couldn't live with it on my conscience, giving somebody an health reading because I'm not a professional person to make a diagnosis with a
No,
tarot card. And I think anybody who does do health readings with the tarot cards are completely unethical.
a lot of people do it though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Tarot readings, twin flame readings, and stuff. You're thinking, fuck all the way off. You're damaging this person's perspective and outcome and view of the way they see themselves, didn't you?
Did you see that meme I posted? Or it wasn't even a meme, it was just a screenshot off of Quora.com about twin flames. So
No,
this this was from this twin flame coach who can help you on your twin flame journey. And it was so funny. So twin flame coaches encourage you to never let go and keep pursuing your twin flame, figuring out who it is, and then keep pursuing them. Even if they don't want anything to do with you, you have to basically keep stalking them,
a
right?
bit like me and you.
Yeah, exactly. So the funny thing was that there was this coach that posted this meme that said something, this spiritual meme that said something along the lines of, sometimes things are just not for you and you need to let go. And underneath she had written, I never want to see this rhetoric in a twin flame space, because you should never let go. And I was like,
Oh my
oh
god.
girl, sometimes you just need to fucking let
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Else you're labelled as a fucking stalker. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, it's just ridiculous. I was having a conversation. I don't know whether it was with somebody on the feed here earlier on my YouTube, and I says I've got zero time now for the whole new age community the way it's become. Because it's become such a melting pot of different belief systems and ideas. Everything's got mixed up, and now everybody's saying and doing what the fuck they want. So there's all sorts of misinterpretation and all this like two-bit psychological advice coming in the form of either a book or an oracle deck, and it's wrong.
At the end of the day, can I read to you a little passage from the guidebook that I
Oh,
wrote?
you can read to me anytime, love.
I know you like it. I mean, but still, I feel like I have to kind of ask. Oh my
No,
God.
read to me.
When I'm scrolling past all these art thingies that I did, because I wrote a very specific passage about deity work. So this is for my upcoming deck. In this deck, you will see certain deities portrayed. I personally don't work with deities, nor do I invoke them or channel them. I look up to them and try to learn from them via the stories that were passed on through generations of people. They're symbols to me. They're reminders for when my intentions of the day have become a bit muddy. If you choose to work, and I've put work in quotation marks, with deities, do your research and consult experienced professionals. You know,
Perfect.
we hear a
Mm.
lot of people talking about, oh, I'm working with this deity. We've talked about this before about using discernment when it comes to choosing your words when you talk about your practice. Um,
Yeah.
what does working with a deity mean?
Yeah,
Because
what does it actually mean? Because I see somebody who's working with Lilith one week, then working with Isis the next week, and then working with fucking Fatima the week after. Think, hang on, love, they're all from different countries and different pantheons and belief systems. Well, do you actually know what you're doing? Um, and I don't know, Moran's just said, I think a big part of this melting pot of beliefs is a side effect of the cancel culture, where even if it's wrong, you can't tell people it's wrong. Otherwise, you disrespect their feelings. Moran, me and you, we have some such deep conversations every single day.
yeah,
And he's
I
so
think
right.
there's
Mm.
there's also this whole rhetoric that no, but we can't talk about that right now. I was gonna go on about Nordic paganism and Germanic paganism and how some people say that we as white Europeans don't have culture.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
And then on the other hand, you see, well, we can't talk about that right now, but you know what I'm
We've got
talking
plenty of culture. Thank you very much for anybody who
about.
thinks we don't. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, let's not go down that road. Let's not kick off on here this one.
But it's basically just, I would love for people to think about, you know, everything that we say a lot. You say a lot of bullshit, and I say a lot of bullshit too. I mean, we're all bullshitters. At the end of the day, we are, people that are shuffling cards and let the cards give us messages, which is funny when you look at it from a distance. But I just want to. If there's one thing I would like to be my legacy in this whole community, it will be use discernment when you talk about your practice. When you say, I work with a deity, or even when you say, I work with a deck, what does that entail? When you say, I'm studying a deck, I'm not saying you can't study a deck, but what does that entail? Is reading through the guidebook once studying?
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Especially not like you just an aesthetically pretty deck. I mean, you can work with the Thoth system, you can work with the Tarot de Marseille system, you work with the Golden Dawn system, but you can't work with a deck. Because what has it got to show
Well,
you?
that's what we think, but maybe some other people have other like
Well,
intel
yeah,
on that.
yeah. It's like you
I'm not
can't
saying
work.
it to bash. I'm not saying it to bash people.
No, we're
I'm
not saying that. We're saying it like because you're thinking, well, how do you come to this kind of conclusion, or this? What do you mean by saying you're working with? What does it
how
do?
does one work with the everyday witch tarot, for example? How do you work with it?
I'll tell you exactly how you work with it. You put it in the bin. That's that's my idea of working with the everyday
No,
witch
no,
tarot.
you love it now. You already told that.
I
So
don't.
we're working with. I've worked with this crystal, and I'm like, tell me what that means. You don't have doesn't have to be a whole essay, but you can give me a couple of little tidbits about what exactly you did do with those crystals.
Well, yeah, because like I mean, I've got that huge ass crystal skull now. Am I still dead inside as before I had it? I am very much dead inside, and I handle it every day. I'm trying to meditate with it and stuff. I am trying, but like I'm still dead inside, and I'm still just as toxic inside. So it's
Okay,
obviously
but you would then say that working with this. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here we go. Simon has answered this before because I do think we have talked about this before. Shadow work or introspection or ancestor work, etc. Okay, so that's a very good, clear answer about
That's
what.
a really specific. That's a real specific answer, Simon, and I appreciate you saying
So that
that. But
so
like
that's
nine
Simon
times out
saying.
of 10, yeah, people don't. Say I'm working with this crystal. I'm working with this deck for what reason are you working with it
Yeah,
for?
I chose this deck for
Yeah,
ancestor work because the imagery in it reminds me of my ancestry of my family.
yeah. That's fair enough.
Very
Um,
fair. Yeah.
but when people say like, "Oh, I'm working with like say Isis this week," or "I'm working with I don't know Star Mother next week," how can that be? Because surely
Tell
you
us.
should. Yeah,
It's interesting to just, I don't know, tell me, the viewer, the listener, the consumer of your content, what that entails. Try to teach me something, because I'm legitimately not interested if you just say, yeah, I'm working with this deity this month. Okay,
yeah,
white girl from America, tell me how you work with ISIS then, because I
yeah.
want to know.
Yeah. Tell me how you work. Hello, white girl. Can you tell me how you work with an Egyptian deity, an Egyptian
Yeah,
goddess?
I mean,
Considering you've never even visited the place.
probably don't know even know where it is on the map, but
See, just like that, does like the this is what I'm saying, and I'm not being obnoxious now. This is what I mean. When somebody say like a white person and they're like working with like say an Hindu god or goddess or blah blah blah, does the cultural thing not even come into it at all? Are you working with the energy or I don't know, a visualization or whatever? We'd love to know. We
we
really
have
would.
we have Nicole in Amsterdam who has that indie tarot store. She's actually closing her brick and mortar store now. She's going
Right.
back. I was talking to you about her earlier, where I said
Yeah.
that she was selling less and less decks, and
Yes.
she's just closing down the store now and focusing a bit more on decks. So that's nice.
And this is also nice. I'm
Yeah.
working with Shadowland by drawing a daily card with that deck exclusively to become familiar with the art, as it's a new deck to me. That's perfect.
Yes,
Valid. Thank you.
that
Uh,
is how you work. This is how you work with the deck, and I
yeah,
feel like that is how we, and I've done it too, and you've done it too. But we sometimes gloss over these processes, and newer readers watch us and think, "Oh, that's apparently how we talk about it." But no, no, no. We should keep informing each other. I don't think that ever gets boring, right?
no, it doesn't. I mean, because the thing is, I mean, we're more like I'm always an open book. I'm always up for learning, you know, new experiences, new knowledge. This is why I love being part of a community because we've all, got this like kind of like common factor that we're all involved or was involved with the spiritual community.
Blue Crescent Tarot said, "Oh wow, the chat is going really fast." A study example for me means throughout July and August, once or twice a week, I've been meeting online with a friend to discuss different cards from the Cosmovisions deck.
Where's
It's
that?
super interesting to me. It's
Where's
a
that?
little
I
bit.
can't see that.
Well, I can't put it on the screen,
Oh
so
yeah. I've got it right. Hang on. Study example for me. Throughout July and August, once or twice a week, I've been meeting online with a friend to discuss different cards. Well, that's really cool. In-depth conversing about symbolism, etc. That's brilliant. I'd say I love that because I've never thought about doing anything like that. We've never said to each other, have we? Levi, shall we kind of study this deck together and take
talk
notes?
about it.
Yeah, we've never done that, have we? So that's
We could do that. It's actually really really interesting.
yeah, it's brilliant actually.
House of Hag, aka Mel, also has to chime in, which I think is a really interesting and good comment. A little
Hang
bit
on.
more at the bottom.
Wait a minute, because I'm missing these because it's got new comments. Hang on. Right. Okay.
Does
Okay.
it really matter? They can do what the fuck they want. If you want to believe it, do you? We have to stop treating adults like children, have discernment, educate yourself. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair
No,
enough.
all these points are all equally valid.
They are, yeah. There's no right and we ain't looking for answers. We're looking for like information, and I think it's important that, no matter how far you're down your spiritual path, it's always nice to learn and ask people why they're doing what they do. And I think it's brilliant to find out.
My
Simon's just
favorite. Oh, sorry.
Simon's just said, wait a minute, hang on. Right. Simon says there is only one deity, and that's Gaia. I don't necessarily work with her, I honor her. That's brilliant, Simon.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that we're having this conversation right now, and I feel like we should um, do it more often.
This is really good as well. Hello, Helen. As a spiritual medium, I believe most people work with the energy. Spirit only appears in a physical form, so it can make sense to the human mind. That's brilliant. When I connect via trance, it's just pure energy I see. Helen, can I ask you a question? I was actually thinking about something similar the other night because I was watching a TV show. And I had a discussion with somebody on Instagram after the TV show, and they asked me if I knew why you couldn't fully see as a person like a spirit, in a fully human form. And I says perhaps it's because they haven't got the power and the energy to come back as a physical being. So it's just like particles of energy that actually do come through. Do you understand what I mean, Levi?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, like, if that like is true, because I'm very much into like kind of like the whole kind of mediumship spiritual thing, but I've never actually experienced anything like that because I'm not a medium. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, same here. And
Yeah.
I'm really glad that I'm not actually. But the most interesting video on YouTube, Tube, I've ever seen, and I won't stop talking about it. And she doesn't upload that much anymore, and I really miss her. Is Queen Osset?
And she's doing a live, isn't she, with Kasha?
Oh, is she cool?
I
I'm
think so.
definitely watching that because I love her. My favorite YouTube tarot tube video ever is Queen Osset and another girl um, analyzing Alana Fairchild's Kali Oracle, not
Oh yeah,
necessarily
yeah,
not necessarily tearing it down or canceling it or bashing it. No, they're analyzing it and giving you all kinds of information that you can do with whatever the hell you want. I love that.
yeah, yeah. I think so too. And I think it's important. Yeah, live with Kasha tomorrow. Mel says.
Interesting.
7
Cool.
o'clock BST. Yeah, so we'll set a reminder for that. That'll be good
Yeah.
because I think that there's some really really good voices in the community on here on an
Yeah.
Instagram, and some people get overlooked.
The thing is, what Mel just said, let anybody do what they want. Who really cares? And I can get like that too, and I know you can as well.
Yeah,
However, the thing is, um, and I hate hearing myself say this, but those people are the good people are not the people that drive the algorithm. The algorithm is driven by pick a card readings, twin
yeah,
flame readings. What is your person thinking about you right now? What are they saying behind your back? Um, Zodiac sign readings, all that kind deck reviews, that content. That's what brings in views and view time, so
yeah.
that's what pushes the algorithm, drives the algorithm.
It
So the
does. It's the entertainment factor of this kind of industry we're in now that's kind of like taking over the integrity that once was. To me, it
when my
seems a
when
bit.
my mom types in tarot on YouTube, just tarot, and she literally like asked me one time, like, "Is that what you do as well?" And I was like, "No, I
Yeah,
do."
I know. Yeah, it comes to the point now when I think it's a bit cringe to tell. I don't tell anybody. I mean, I'm not a tarot reader anymore anyway. But like, I mean, I'd feel a bit cringe now telling someone I was a tarot reader. Because it's become so much like pop culture. That possibly nobody can take it seriously as they used to.
Yeah, the 18 plus card pulls and those soap opera style readings. Yeah, the
Oh
the
gosh, yeah.
18 plus card pulls. Oh my god, where they have the decks that say things like, I want to pinch you in the tit."
What's that all about? You
I
know what I
want to.
mean?
I want to suck on your titties. I'm gonna literally. I'm not over exaggerating. These are decks that exist.
Yeah. I need to get one of them then. I do. I need to start doing these fake readings. I just can't. I just fucking can't with this community sometimes anymore. It's just every day, right? You come on to not so much YouTube, but every day I go on to Instagram. It's like my eyes are going to fucking permanently glue in the back of my skull.
Yeah, like the honestly, when you look at your For You page, it's you see tarot stuff, but it's all of these spirit baby readings,
Mommy, I'm
sex.
sorry I left you. You know.
Yes, mommy, I'm sorry I made you Miss Scary. Like
Fuck it. I mean, that's not funny. I mean, we're laughing at the fact that
this is a
people
deck.
take serious. Yeah, obviously miscarriage. We're not laughing at that. But like, I
No.
mean, this is the bullshit you see every day now, and you really, you really do. It's just no, just no.
Yeah, the homemade oracle cards that have some crazy statements on them.
That's
Yes.
the ones. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's this love twin flame one that is like cream that has an image of a rose on it and a quote underneath, and it's all like really, really, really annoying stuff that says like, "I've been thinking about you. I miss you. We will get together someday." And those posts or YouTube videos will have hundreds and thousands of views. Like these
I
people
know.
are making a quick,
Yeah.
making a good buck.
I mean, I've seen some people say like later the night, yeah, because we're all in different time zones, and sometimes when you have a notification, so and so has commented on your video. I've gone onto YouTube, the normal YouTube, and I've seen people actually doing live tarot readings like just before midnight, and I'm thinking, are you fucking serious? Because there's nothing true at all about that reading, and you want to see the comments and stuff that people are saying in the live video.
Yeah.
So there's obviously people love the whole showman fake shit. That's what it must be. Are
What do you really think about readings for the collective?
you asking me a question, or is that a
Yeah,
question on?
I'm really literally like, for example, when someone does, and I know people we like do that sometimes as well, and it's their full right. But what do you, as an individual, think about, those readings for the
Well,
collective?
I don't think there's such a thing as there can be a reading for a collective because anybody that message is going to resonate with anyone. Anyone. You can, it's like the star signs when you saw them in the horoscopes in the papers, in the newspapers.
Yeah,
It's too general. It can't be taken seriously. I think it's just a bit of showmanship.
showing people how well you can maybe read the cards, so they can
Showing
book you
people how well,
one-on-one.
maybe you can read the cards, or maybe for followers, or whatever. A tarot reading really is for a one-to-one. I mean, obviously, the reason why I post up tarot cards on my Instagram is because I'm a photographer, and I
Yeah, and,
want
and and because they're your readings for
because
you.
they're my readings as well. They're for me. They're not for nobody else. I never put. You can see that I never put on my Instagram message for the collective. They're my personal readings.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anybody who thinks any different, well, you got it wrong, guys, because they're all for me. Because it's all about me anyway,
Of
right?
course.
Yeah, but like mine is to showcase my photography basically, and that's the only reason why I'm on there. And Serge, I totally agree with you. Readings need to be only personal. I'm a different person off Instagram than I am, with my tarot decks. There's some tarot decks. There's only Levi knows I've got that I would never put online because they're
You
personal.
guys, Martin is absolutely foul in real life.
You vile piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a cover all possibility reading. It shows no skill.
as a
As
reading it defeats all, yeah. I
a little
suppose
bit.
so. Yeah, I suppose so, Ellen, yeah. I just think it's like, hang on, April. We're having some really good answers on this tonight. I do think we can read for the collective when we tap into the collective mind, but I always post reading and ask the people who need to see it.
Fair
See,
enough.
I I'm not disagreeing with you, April. You know that. But like, I mean, I don't know what tapping into the collective mind actually means. You know, I believe in the Jungian, collective unconscious thing about the dream works and the experiences. Whereas a tarot, I don't know. I don't know how I approach. See, I approach the tarot differently from I used to approach it years ago. You know, I use it as a tool for self healing, and because I use it for a tool for self healing, this is why I don't do the collective readings. I think.
Yeah. Once again, we are not necessarily trying to be right or trying to convince y'all that
No, no, no. We
what
just
we're
like to have a
saying is the one
conversation.
and only truth. I mean, you and I are not that into it. Other people are a little bit more. Like Moran said, he liked it when he was, still studying, and you can get a lot of info from them, obviously, but it's just different for everyone. And once again, even within that realm of readings for the collective, there's apples. It's like comparing apples to oranges, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So many different readers out there, like so many.
Yeah, I mean, just because like you've been reading a long time as well, it doesn't mean to say that you've got more knowledge than somebody who's not been reading for as long. I think it depends on the way you interpret the cards and information. Your life experience, what you said as well, can make a difference to the quality of readings, or maybe not that you
Yeah,
do. So everything adds up, doesn't it? It's like
yeah.
one. It's like putting all ingredients into a pot and then like whatever you're going to make out of it. So yeah, I mean, I know Serge, by the way, if anybody wants a reading, good a Serge. Eon Brush, he's just fucking amazing. He blew my mind about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a really personal reading. We're not going to talk
Yeah,
about that here, but
yeah, it was a personal reading and it was brilliant. Serge predominantly reads with the Tarot de Marseille. But everybody has got their own unique style in there. Some people like that. That guy's name on Instagram, Madam Adam?
yeah, what about that?
He's just like really fast and quick and stuff with the cards, and he's like a salesman.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily for me, but a
No,
lot of
no,
people,
me. I don't vibe with his content. But like, I mean, he's good at what he does.
and he knows his shit, at
Yeah, he
least.
does know his shit. Yeah.
There's also people like him that, will say really weird things when they pull the Page of Swords and say, "Ooh, this is someone who's stalking you on social media."
Oh, well, I've never saw the page that way. Maybe we need to look at the page
Maybe,
differently.
Gen Z interpretation of the Page of Wands. I don't know.
Oh, so we want these
Sure.
people. This is what I'm saying. We want these people to say, "How have you come to that conclusion about the page of wands?" I'm really interested in that now.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Perhaps we should like write a new, but we should all get together, all of us, write a massive big guidebook to the tarot, and then we can all add our own interpretation for each card. How cool would that be?
Honestly, I do have sort of like a little book of shadows where I keep adding new things I learn about cards. I would honestly encourage any reader, even if you're not a beginner, like, to make your own tarot book and just write down some things about that card that you know and love, and then leave some space to add new things.
Well, there was a person, Carrie. Oh, what was her name? She actually interpreted the whole of the world unknown in her eyes, and it's up online actually. If you type in the world unknown interpretations, she
Yeah.
has dedicated a whole website to her own views on the world unknown tarot, and it's absolutely brilliant.
I mean, and I love reading that stuff, but that is actual content.
Yeah, that is proper content. It's evergreen content, which something you have to be online forever unless I
Yeah.
put it down. And it's a good resource as well. And it's brilliant. I love to see different people's interpretations of the tarot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we've got 6 minutes left. So if anybody wants a card, Paul.
Yeah. We decided that we wanted to pull some cards. not for the collective, but for you. Just let us
Not
know
for
in
the
the.
collective. I'm just doing it for you. I do the same, Levi, and add any new interpretations each time I receive a deck from D. That's really
And,
good, D, and I might actually do that myself.
and someone's just asked us if we wanted to. Oh, Taro and Witchery asked us if we wanted to go on out live on her channel.
And April, we very much would.
Yeah. And she also wants a reading, so that's really cool. She's got a jumper,
And
so
so does our beautiful Surge as well.
I'm actually using my own deck that I made like almost three years ago,
And that's
which,
cool.
which I recently have done a redesign of this actual card. You got majestic leadership coming up for you. That's interesting. Now you
Who for April or for Surge?
for April.
April, you've got the Three of Cups here. So this is all about being with the people who bring out the very best in you.
Yes.
It's all about like, no matter what the differences of opinion, everyone's valid, and you can all just be together and just enjoy yourselves as you are.
This is actually really cool. So people that are going to bring out people that are going to give you the capacity to embody that majestic leadership.
Yeah.
Love that.
Surge. By the way, happy Ukrainian Independence Day
Yes.
to our beautiful friend in the Ukraine. Right, okay. So, Serge, we have got for you, my dear, we have got, oh, look at that. This obviously means me and you because of our conversation earlier, right?
The lover.
No, it just means, it's all about making a choice that makes your heart happy. We're all faced with choices throughout our life, as you know. Which one will you take that will probably possibly bring out the best in you?
You know which choice he should take? The more playful one.
The more playful choice, then.
So I get that this is difficult in the situation that you're in, but don't be too edgy, hardcore, serious all the time. Go for the more playful choices.
Yeah. And Eli, yes, please, to card, of course, my dear. You have the death card. So, what do you need to release? What do you need to bury? What do you need to walk into that's going to make you feel refreshed and renewed? So, this is all about obviously leaving the rest of the ship behind and embracing the new stuff that's coming up for you.
So who are we? Oh, this is for inlay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't even really listen to you. I was really distracted by the chat. But I've got the Guardian card. You know, seems like you need to. I don't know what you need to protect right now. Probably your energy. Be very wary. Oh, not necessarily wary. Be considerate of who you give your energy to and who you want to keep it blocked off from. That's what I would.
Brilliant. Right. Now, Fanny Roo, are you going to pull from the oracle you spoke of earlier, Levi?
No, this is actually an older one that I did.
Lovely
Yeah.
Moran, please a card for me too, of course. So Moran, you have the High Priestess. Now I'm sure when we've pulled you a card before, you've had the High Priestess a lot. I'm sure you have. I know what you're like, and you obviously know what you're like. So I know that you need to start trusting your intuition a little bit more.
Yeah.
About a certain situation. So there you go, my darling.
Speaking of symbolism, look, that crescent moon, that wolf, wisdom, wisdom, don't want to sound like a dick, but you gotta you gotta become a bit more trusting in, your own abilities a little bit. Like, he's a Gemini, so.
Very much a Gemini. You want to
Very
sort that
much,
mood out, you bitch?
like, I'm literally now I'm getting into my medium mode, but literally getting like become a bit tougher, Moran. Not on yourself, but like embody that dom top energy that every gay has inside them.
You heard it here first, Moran. Somehow I
Okay.
can't. Somehow I can't see that happening, but there you go.
Well, we can all do it.
Well, I don't know about me, like, but there you go. Right, Mel. I would love a card. How are the rest of the school summer holidays going to pan out? Shit.
Shit. Yes.
There's only about a week left, either. Oh God, get yourself into that 100 carat bitch mode, Mel.
Yeah.
You know, the Queen of Swords. You couldn't. I mean, you asking for yourself or a friend? Because this is, you know, I'll picture them kids if you're looking after some kids, because there's no messing with you is there this week. So yeah, this is like a full-on card.
Yeah. Raging bitch mode. Ooh. Seems like a lot of shit is gonna go down. Um. It's time to not pull the wool over someone's eyes, but to rip the wool away. I don't know if it's your own eyes, but it's definitely time to get out of that holiday mode and into that raging bitch mode.
Definitely. And Tony says, Martin and Levi fancy a rollers and dressing gown chat for my channel anniversary in September. We absolutely would.
Sounds like fun.
It
Yes.
does. Tony, you know where to find us.
I
Uh,
think he also asked something about a deck update. Um,
Levi's deck update, maybe. Your own deck update.
yeah, I did send an update a little while ago. Maybe I should post another one on my Kickstarter. There's not that much to say though. I did say that all the files were at the printers. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Moran's at Pride this week. He says he'll put that Dom top energy at Pride this weekend.
yes,
Oh my God, Moran being a top.
embody your hotness, Moran. You got this.
He only needs his little side bug and his lube and poppers anyway.
Exactly. Well, no, not if you're gonna be embodying Dom top energy. So I
You
mean,
rub a fist, girl.
which
Right.
pop, which top uses poppers? Am I right?
Well, yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah. Right, okay. Vaniru, I would like a card. If there is time, of course there is. And you've got the Four of Wands. It's all about celebration, you know. This is lovely card to have stability, celebration, being around the people who matter and care, and just basically just letting your hair down and bloody party.
Yeah. I also like, if I can add to your Four of Wands
Of
interpretation, and
course.
Martin, I also like to add that Four of Wands is very much in the thought. It's completion and perfection. Um, so you got to be, because I pulled this card for you, confident. You got to be confident in your own creativity and in your own passion during
Yeah, yeah, it's a good one. Oh, Ellen, I missed that. I'll have to scroll
the.
back up. You know, Eleanor asked about the energy of the spirits, but she'd like a copy.
We will scroll
We
back
will
up
scroll
when
back
we're
up.
done.
Interested with that. Thank you so much for answering. Right, Ellen, your card, my dear, is the Five of Cups. It's okay to feel sad. You know, we all get like it. You know, there's no explanation needed sometimes. You just gotta like kind of like, you know, embrace your feelings the way you feel. And then like, you know, I'm gonna use a bit of a cliche now, but tomorrow is just another day, but it's true. You know, you can sit there mulling things over, or you can kind of like pick up where you left off and walk away.
I love how you interpreted that. I hear a lot of readers saying, you're gonna move on, but sometimes you need to be enveloped in grief a little bit and give space for grief.
Yeah, God, have a good cry. You know, we all need to do that.
I got the navigate card, so this is very much about navigating your way through an emotionally tougher situation that you might be going through right now. So
That's
that's
good. I'm looking for Ellen's comment. Oh, oh no, that's the different one. Let me see if I can find it.
Helen, 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 Helen. Sometimes I like to think repeating someone's name 20,000 times helps.
it takes more energy to manifest. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
That's what I actually thought. It would, wouldn't it? Because you're all fractured and there's only little bits.
There's no physical body anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Ellen. That's brilliant. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that. You know, I
You're,
just, I just could come on here every night and talk. No wonder you're on here, Gerald, all the time. It's just lovely to kind of like sit down and chat with people and differences of opinions, and just generally lovely.
yeah.
Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed our live tonight. As much
I
as we,
loved it.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it because it's lovely. I am so hot in this room. I'm gonna die.
Same here. So we're gonna probably say our goodbyes.
Oh, hang on, hang on. Ellen, thank you. In mental mediumship, you rarely see spirit as they use your energy for communication purposes. As I am a physical medium, they can appear to me, they can manifest in orbs as this takes it. Do you know, this is fascinating. Can
Yeah.
we, Ellen, get you on one of our channels at one point if you'd be comfortable and talk about mediumship?
Yeah.
That would be absolutely amazing because
Because
I am
neither
fascinated.
yeah, neither Martin or I are mediums, so
No, we know. I'm also open to everything, and I love to discuss things like this. And yeah,
yeah,
that
just like
be
we did tonight. Like we sometimes have a pointy tone, but we're legitimately both very open-minded to
yeah. We're just a bit. We can be direct and stuff, but we don't mean to bash anyone or disrespect
no.
anyone's feelings or beliefs. Um, we just genuinely like to learn the same as everybody else does. But sometimes, because we're European, we can come across as a bit brash and obnoxious.
Very
So
much
we've
so.
been told. But thank you, everybody. It's been lovely. You all being here. We absolutely love you. Thanks for everything you do for us and supporting us. And we'll see you all very, very soon.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.